A white man who claimed Novant discriminated against him wins $10 million jury verdict. So this is yet another case of a white man who was discriminated against. Like, no, they fired him to make room for some diversity hires just on the basis of his race and gender. So he did the right thing and he sued them for it. Because guess what? That's racism. That's sexism. That's illegal. You can't discriminate based on race. So if you're white and you get fired to make room for a diversity quota hire, you got a very strong discrimination lawsuit case on your hands. A federal jury in Charlotte awarded a former top executive with Novant Health Incorporated $10 million on Tuesday after he claimed in a lawsuit that he was fired from his job because he is a white male, court records show. This is how we put a stop to this shit. We got laws on the books that prohibit discrimination of any kind. They don't specify, only these groups are protected from no. All groups are protected from discrimination. So if you are a straight white man and you experience this blatant racism and sexism and discrimination, you sue them for it. Make them pay. David Duval, who lives in Michigan, said in his current year -2 lawsuit that he lost his job as senior vice president of marketing communications in July of current year -3 at Novant Health because of the company's efforts to diversify many of its top leadership positions. So here's the big question, though. If he was one of the big proponents for diversity, then he deserved what he got. Because I love seeing all these straight white men that virtue signal and talk mad shit about, we have too many white men in this company. We need more diversity. And then they're the ones that get fired to make room for the diversity hire. They should not be allowed to sue for that because that's just, they were turned into honest men. They had to put their money where their mouth is. I don't see a problem with that. But if this guy wasn't on board with this woke shit and he was fired, I'd say good on you, man. Now, the jury said that Duval proved that his race and gender were motivating factors in Novant Health's decision to terminate him, according to the jury's verdict form. The jury also indicted that Novant Health failed to prove it would have dismissed Duval regardless of his race. So this right here, by the way, this is something that all employers have had to always have in the back of their mind, that if they fire someone that's part of some minority group, more times than not, they will get sued for it. And that's why it takes months to fire someone. Unless you do something so bad and that leaves so many records that it's an open and shut case. This is why when the company wants to get rid of someone, it takes months. And also why they prefer to do it as part of a mass layoff. We are pleased that the jury agreed that Duval's race and gender were unlawful factors in his termination, that he was fired to make room for more diverse leaders at Novant. S. Luke Largess of Charlotte, Duval's attorney, said Tuesday night in a statement. That's right. You get them for all they're worth. Turnabout is fair play. Duval was a strong advocate of diversity. There we go. There we go. Yeah, in this case, if he was advocating for this, then he doesn't deserve shit. I actually hope the company appeals and he gets nothing. Duval was a strong advocate of diversity at Novant, Largess said. We believe the punitive damages award is a message that an employer cannot terminate and replace employees in order to achieve greater diversity in the workforce. So basically, you have to just hire new people, even if there's no positions for them. In court papers, Novant Health said that Duval was fired because he had poor leadership skills. Well, if he was advocating for diversity hires, then, that kind of speaks for itself. And that Duval admitted in a deposition that he didn't think that he was being discriminated against during his employment with Novant Health. Yeah. I really am kind of torn on this. On the one hand, I'm glad to see white men fighting back. But on the other hand, if it's white men that advocated for this until it affected them, they should suffer for it. Novant Health, whose headquarters is in Winston-Salem, also issued a statement Tuesday regarding the case. We are extremely disappointed with the verdict as we believe it is not supported by the evidence presented at trial, which includes our reason for Mr. Duvall's termination, said Megan Rivers, Novant Health spokeswoman. We will pursue all legal options, including appeal, over the next several weeks and months. Well, good on you. If he was one of the guys that was pushing for more diversity, he deserved to lose his job and be replaced with a diversity hire. I actually hope the company wins this one. So Novant Health is one of thousands of organizations to put in place robust diversity and inclusion programs, and we believe can coexist alongside strong non-discriminatory policies that extend to all races and genders, including white men, Rivers said. I'll believe it when I see it. It's important for all current and future team members to know that this verdict will not change Novant Health's steadfast commitment to diversity, inclusion, and equity for all. Well, it sounds like there's going to be an opportunity for competition in that market. In his lawsuit, Duvall said he was fired 3 years ago without warning or explanation shortly before his 5th anniversary with the company. Duvall was replaced by 2 women, 1 black and 1 white, according to the lawsuit. Duvall, who worked in Charlotte, accused Novant Health of violating Title VII of the Civil Rights Act, which prohibits race and gender discrimination in the workplace. So he was all for it until it came for him. Now he's a staunch advocate against it, huh? Funny how that works. The defendants, Novant Health's termination of Duvall for the purpose of improving diversity constitute discrimination based on sex and race, the lawsuit said, which, again, I agree. But the people who advocate for this should be fired. Like they deserve what they get. This is a very tough one. Like both sides are fucking evil and deserve to be destroyed. There is no good guy here. But at least I guess you could say this guy winning this lawsuit hopefully will set a precedent, if anything. So Novant Health employs more than 35,000 workers and has more than 2,300 doctors at nearly 800 locations in 3 states, according to its website. The company serves more than 6 million patients annually. So if you happen to be a patient of Novant Health, how do you feel knowing that they prefer diversity hires to merit hires? You really want to trust your health to them? I know I'd be having second thoughts. Oh man, I am so excited to tell you guys right now that finally, after about a year of build-up and shilling, we have launched Blade Devil on Indiegogo, and so far it is doing so well thanks to awesome people like you. If you haven't backed it yet, then please check the links in the description and check out Blade Devil on Indiegogo. You will not be disappointed. Looking forward to seeing you there.